Machine Gun Kelly's Empty Out Your Pockets hits hard with raw emotion, sharp lyrics, and a glimpse into the chaos of fame. But what's really going on beneath the surface? Let's break it down line by line, truth by truth, and uncover the story MGK is telling. This isn't just about money, pain, or rebellion. It's deeper than that. The chorus opens with the line, "Empty out your pockets, I need all that," which sets the tone for themes of ambition and materialism. MGK is demanding everything: money, success, respect from those around him. This could reflect his hunger for success in the music industry where competition is fierce and he's determined to take what he believes he deserves. The next line, "I get the millions, then I fall back," suggests a cycle of chasing wealth and then retreating, possibly hinting at the emptiness that can come with fame. Even after achieving financial success, he might feel the need to step away, either because of the pressures or the superficiality of it all. The following lines, "They become millions, they'll change for some change," criticize people who alter their personalities or morals for money. Change here is a clever play on words, referring both to transformation and cash. MGK is calling out fake friends or industry figures who switch up when money is involved. He contrasts this with his own stance in "Days Ain't the Same, Ain't Be Switchin' for the Fame," emphasizing that he stays true to himself despite the temptations of celebrity. The imagery shifts with Louis Vuitton, "I'm in my bag," a double entendre where "in my bag" can mean both being focused on success, like carrying a designer bag, and being deeply immersed in his own thoughts or struggles. The next line, "Get high, my memory's gone, I've been hurtin'," reveals a darker side, using substances to numb pain, possibly from past trauma or the stress of fame. The reference to "rock like electric guitars, I be ragin'" ties into MGK's rock inspired musical shifts, symbolizing both his explosive energy and inner turmoil. Finally, "Big knots look like yellow pages" uses knots as slang for stacks of cash, comparing them to the thick, folded Yellow Pages phone book. This line reinforces the idea of wealth, but also feels nostalgic, hinting at how far he's come from his humble beginnings. Overall, the chorus blends bravado with vulnerability, showcasing MGK's internal conflicts between success, authenticity, and the emotional toll of his journey. The verse starts with aggressive energy. "Run it like a race, get in the way, Brody, got the aim to blow you away." MGK compares his hustle to a high stakes competition where anyone who interferes gets eliminated. The word Brody, slang for brothers or friend, suggests loyalty among his inner circle, but the violent imagery, "blow you away," hints at the ruthless mindset he's had to adopt to survive. The next line, "The next day, you in the newspaper on the front page, praying for forgiveness 'cause it happened on a Sunday," adds a dark twist. It paints a picture of violence so shocking it makes headlines, with the mention of Sunday, a day often associated with peace and religion, making the act seem even more jarring. This could symbolize how his past struggles or the music industry's brutality disrupt even moments meant for reflection or calm. The tone shifts as MGK gets more personal. "Life's been getting to me. I just started smoking squares." Squares is slang for cigarettes, suggesting stress is weighing on him. He follows this with "They ain't getting in my circle, though we still prepared," reinforcing that despite his struggles, he keeps his guard up and his team ready for anything. The line, "I'm still dealing with some demons that ain't really there," is especially revealing. It suggests paranoia or mental health battles, where his fears might be exaggerated or irrational, yet they hunt him. The verse then dives into his past with raw honesty. Grew up a weirdo, 20 piercings and some bleached hair in 7th grade. I didn't have a bed, I had to share. These lines highlights his outsider identity and childhood poverty, showing how his early struggles shaped him. The defiance in the "you think I go so hard for, I got out of there" makes it clear that his relentless drive comes from a place of survival. He's determined never to return to that life. The verse ends on a chilling note. Have you ever had somebody try to take your life? Sometimes I ain't safe from myself when I stay up at night. This could refer to literal threats, like enemies or violence in his past, or suicidal thoughts, revealing a vulnerability beneath his tough exterior. The late night reference suggests isolation, where his own mind becomes his biggest enemy. Overall, verse 1 is a mix of aggression, trauma, and raw confession. MGK portrays himself as a fighter shaped by hardship, but beneath the bravado, there's pain, fear, and a lingering sense of being an outsider even after success. The verse begins with a striking admission: I walk a lonely road, the only one that I have ever known. This line echoes themes of isolation and self reliance, suggesting that MGK has always operated on his own path, even when it meant being misunderstood or alone. The repetition of "I walk alone" drives home this idea. It's not just a choice, but a reality he's come to accept. The phrase, "don't know where it goes, but it's home to me," adds a layer of melancholy. Despite the uncertainty of his journey, this solitude feels familiar, almost comforting in its consistency. What makes this verse particularly interesting is that MGK is actually borrowing lyrics from Green Day's Boulevard of Broken Dreams, I Walk a Lonely Road, a song about isolation and disillusionment. By referencing this, he ties his own struggles to a larger narrative of artists who've faced loneliness despite fame. For MGK, this lonely road could represent his career, constantly pushing forward even when it feels like no one truly understands him. It might also reflect his shift from rap to rock, a move that alienated some fans but felt authentic to him. The repetition of "I walk alone" isn't just lyrical, it's symbolic. In hip hop and rock, bravado often covers up vulnerability. But here, MGK strips that away. He's not pretending to have endless support. Instead, he's acknowledging the weight of his independence. The abrupt cutoff in the final line, "I walk," feels intentional, as if the thought is unfinished or too heavy to fully voice. It leaves the listener hanging, mirroring the unresolved nature of his struggles. Ultimately, verse 2 serves as a moment of raw honesty in the song. While the chorus and first verse focus on money, fame, and defiance, this section reveals the emotional cost of MGK's journey. The lonely road isn't just a metaphor, it's his life, and despite the success, the isolation remains. By blending his own words with a rock anthem's iconic lyrics, he bridges his past and present, showing that even as he evolves, some battles stay the same.